Excellency Omer Ismail, State Minister for Foreign Affairs of the Republic of the Sudan. Your Excellency, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Honorable Professor Emmanuel Dere, Vice Minister for Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, His Excellency Giuseppe Mestrata, Deputy Director General for Sub-Saharan Africa, Dr. Giovanni Ottati, President of the Confederacy of South Africa and Mediterranean. I hope I pronounced that correctly. His Excellency Gianluigi Osalo, Ambassador of the Italian Republic to Sudan, distinguished participants from the Italian and the Sudanese sides. Good afternoon. Allow me at the outset to extend my sincere condolences on behalf of the government of Sudan and the people of Sudan to the Italian nation on the immense loss of lives that you have painfully suffered during the past few months due to the global devastation of the COVID-19 pandemic. We in Sudan share that because we have lost so many people of our own. Ladies and gentlemen, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you very well.
Very well.
Okay.
All right. It is my honor to be present here today at this important gathering of government and business representatives from our two countries. As I mentioned in my opening remarks on the COVID-19 pandemic, and despite the tremendous complexity and unprecedented challenges it presents to us all, life must continue, and humanity is required to adapt and move forward. In this regard, I would like to express my gratitude to the Ambassador of Italy to Sudan for his initiative in convening this important webinar. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished participants, one of the urgent priorities of our country and government is to tackle the disastrous economic situation that the Sudanese people have sadly inherited from the previous regime, and achieve a measure of social justice and sustainable development throughout the country. To this end, the government has implemented a number of reforms to address the current condition through addressing corruption and exposing the loopholes in the system. The transitional government has developed a comprehensive reform program aiming at modernizing fiscal, monetary, and taxation policies, as well as the imbalance in the exchange rate. These are among the many economic recovery measures that we are pursuing. The process of reintegrating Sudan as an active and vibrant member of the regional and international communities has been gaining momentum following the success of the December Revolution. Evident to that is the election of Sudan in October last year as member of the Human Rights Council, and Sudan was also elected chairman of the current session of the Intergovernmental Agency on Development. These are a few examples that highlight the positive developments that have been taking place since the start of the transitional period and the formation of its institutions. The government is now, however, aware that they remain below the expectations and the aspirations of the Sudanese people who sacrificed their lives on the altar of freedom in a peaceful revolution, and that much more remains to be desired. Distinguished participants, you are no doubt aware of the existence of Sudan on the United States state sponsor of terrorism list since 1993. That classification prohibited Sudan from normally engaging in financial and banking transactions with the international, public, and private financial institutions, and banned the country and foreign investors from ordinary and healthy investment relationships. Sudan was therefore gradually and over decades deprived of huge investment opportunities and from access to economic development assistance and expertise offered by the international community. Our main assets, agriculture, water resources, oil, gas, infrastructure, telecommunications, and gold extraction, plus other minerals, and all aspects of industry and service sectors suffered from the deprivation and the inability of the country to purchase new technology, to access capacity building, to expand or even replace obsolete equipment, and our economic development is in its formative stages, was arrested before birth. Following this dark tableau, it pleases me to report that things are, since the formation of the transitional government, moving in a positive direction. The ongoing political rapprochement with the United States has led to a long-awaited and significantly upgrading of our mutual diplomatic representation. Now we are exchanging ambassadors between the two capitals. Furthermore, both countries are holding joint talks in good faith to fully and permanently remove Sudan's classification as a state sponsor of terror. Ladies and gentlemen, several major Sudanese commercial banks recently entered into agreement with Visa for the right to issue its banking cards for use inside and outside of Sudan. This represents a milestone step on the path to ending Sudan's international economic isolation. Western private sector giants such as Siemens, Ericsson, and Schlumberger are reestablishing themselves in Sudan and resuming operations which were suspended due to the complications I mentioned earlier, for most of which were the United States unilateral economic sanctions, which were lifted in 2017. Our government is working tirelessly to pave the way for international and Western companies and businesses to return to our country and invest to the mutual benefits of both sides. Distinguished participants, bilaterally, the relations between Sudan and Italy have recently witnessed two key events. The first was the visit by Deputy Minister for Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Professor Emanuele to Sudan in March. This marked the first visit by a senior Italian government official to our country in many years. During her visit, Professor Del Rey extended an official invitation to visit Italy to Prime Minister Dr. Abdullah Hamdok from the Prime Minister of Italy, which he accepted. The second event was the convening of the Political Consultation Committee between Sudan and Italy. Our talks during the session highlighted a number of important issues in our bilateral relations, foremost among them investment and economic ties. We agree to focus on this area of vital economic interest to promote cooperation between our private sector and the commercial chambers in both countries. Dr. Hiba Mohammed, the Secretary General for Investment and Private Sector Development at the Ministry of Finance, will also be addressing you shortly, and I'm confident that she will provide you with a much more thorough picture of the investment atmosphere and opportunities in Sudan and the efforts of this government to further enhance them. Ladies and gentlemen, this country is rich in resources and human potential. With guidance, it can move in the right direction and present potentially fertile investment climates. Investment, industrial development, and modernization of the infrastructure will create skilled jobs and bring in profits for all. We welcome you to come and urge you to assess for yourselves and the conditions on the ground. This government stands ready to address your concerns and help by providing the environment you need for your work. We do not ask for charity, we ask for partnership for the benefit of both countries and the investors and ourselves. Once again, I would like to express my gratitude to you all for dedicating your precious time to be here at this important function. Wishing you all very fruitful deliberations today. Thank you very much.